Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Once Upon a Crescent, a collection of stories for young Muslim children. I am your author and storyteller, Mrs. Hashmi. This is season 2, and for season 2, I'm going to need my lovely listeners to really tap into their imagination. I'll be saying the story, but your imagination is what will bring it to life. Today's story is called Hamza's Lego Lesson.
My plane is better than yours. It's faster. No mining.
Have you ever wanted a toy so badly that all you can ever do is think about it non-stop?
Yeah, that happened to me.
And you think about it every chance that you get.
Yes, that happened to me.
Does waiting to get a new toy ever feel like forever?
It kind of does feel like that.
Do you ever wish you could just snap and in a flash, just have the toy of your dreams in your hand to play with and enjoy?
I wish.
Well, if you answered yes to any of these questions, then you and Hamza are just alike. Hamza and his mom were walking down the aisles of a supermarket a few days before the start of Ramadan. Mama was frantically placing all of the fruits in her grocery cart. She intended to organize her fridge and pantry so that iftar time would be a breeze. Oh, Hamza, we have to go to the other side of the store. I need to buy a juicer. We'll have some fresh juice for iftar this year. I think that will be such a nice addition, don't you think? Before Hamza could even answer, Mama had picked up her pace and started power walking through the grocery store. Make sure you're keeping up with me, sweetie. I'm going to be speed walking. Hamza saw Mama's determined face and watched her as she zipped in and out of people with her grocery cart. She called to him from up front. Come on, hurry up. Come along now. Hamza started to jog in the store just to catch up with his mom. She took a sharp turn into the kitchen appliance aisle and came to a halt. Mama simply stood still and stared up at a shelf full of blenders and mixers. Hamza knew this was going to take a while. Mama read through the boxes of different juicers, comparing one to the other and cross-checking things on her phone. She even took a few moments to talk herself through this decision-making process. Well, this one comes with a power feature, but this one has too many parts. Okay, this one. Hamza tried to stay patient, but eventually he spoke up and asked, Mama, I'm bored. Can I go check out the toys aisle while you choose which juicer to buy? Okay, sweetie, I'll find you in the next aisle when I'm done here, okay?
Hamza
Don't wander
nodded
off,
and
though. Smiled. He skipped over to the next aisle across and also halted at the sight of this grocery store aisle. Hamza felt like he walked into a fairyland. There were boxes upon boxes of Legos shining down on him. He just took it all in and walked down the aisle in slow motion. He took his time staring at the boxes of the most expensive Lego sets. He read the number of pieces in each Lego box and turned the box over to stare at the new characters in this Lego set. Oh, Hamza wanted this Lego set with all his heart. Oh, goodness, how amazing would it be if Hamza was able to get this particular set for Eid? Hamza dashed with the Lego set box to his mom in the next aisle and exclaimed, Mama, can I have this for Eid? This has over 800 pieces. Aren't you always saying that I should challenge myself and that I should enjoy learning new things? Well, this is challenging and I'll learn new ways to put this together. I really think this superhero Lego set is what I need to challenge myself. Hamza did his best at convincing his mom of all the reasons why this purchase would be an awesome purchase. Ramadan hasn't even started and you're already thinking about new Eid presents? Well, let me look at this set. This Lego set seems kind of pricey, Hamza. But you know what? Let me take a picture of this, and when it's time to do Eid shopping, I'll know what to look for you, Mama said as she looked at the price tag and at Hamza's face. He was staring at her eagerly with wide, puppy, cute eyes. Can I have it for 2 Eid presents combined? I won't ask for anything for next Eid, I promise. Oh, Hamza, it sounds like you really want this particular one, huh? Okay, look, I'll save this picture under my favorites in my phone. I'll see what I can do, sweetheart. But, I'm not exactly saying yes and I'm not exactly saying no. We actually have to go now, though, okay? I have to do some Ramadan prep work, so let's not spend the whole day here. Mama ruffled through Hamza's hair and nudged him along. Oh, but I wish I could spend all day here, Hamza grumbled as he stared at his Lego set box. He walked back to the aisle to set the box back where he found it. Just then, another kid approached the very same box and ran to his Baba about purchasing it.
I want it! I want it!
Hamza watched this kid to see if he was going to end up getting it. He didn't, though. That kid's Baba shook his head no and pointed back to the shelf. The kid immediately started crying. And he was shouting and banging the brand new box of Lego on the floor.
I really want it!
He was so upset about hearing no from his dad. And you could tell by the way this kid was stomping his feet and complaining.
No, don't put it away, Baba!
This kid was so frustrated at not getting his way. The kid hugged the box tight and shook his head no. The dad literally had to rip the box away from that kid's grip. Hamza felt bad for that little boy. But he also knew that no means no, and sometimes that's just how it is. We can't always have things perfectly our way. The man came over to Hamza and said,
"Excuse me, I just need to put this back, buddy. Do you mind moving over?"
The dad placed the box back on the shelf and walked over to his kid, who was, unfortunately, still crying. His screams and protest and disappointment about not getting this new toy was heard by everyone in the store. Yeesh, thought Hamza. Glad that's not me with those big feelings. I might get the toy for Eid. But I might also not, he thought as he glanced back at the price tag. Hamza took a quick last look at the box and noticed that the box that the dad put back on the shelf was bent up. It looked pretty beat up and half torn. This box was so damaged from that kid's outburst that the corner of the Lego box was torn. Hamza got a closer look and picked back that same box. Oh no! That kid totally damaged the box, Hamza thought to himself. The box was so damaged that there was a hole in the corner of the box. Hamza peered inside the box and could see the Lego bag from within. The plastic Lego bag was peeking out of that corner hole. Hamza squinted his eye to get a closer look. The bag that was poking through the box was a bag of Lego characters. Hamza's inner voice immediately shouted, "Stop! This isn't a good idea. Put your hands back down. You are not going to take that, Hamza. That's stealing." You might be wondering, what is an inner voice? Well, an inner voice is a voice that we all have within ourselves. It's our thoughts. Some thoughts can be positive and some thoughts can be negative. Hamza had another thought, but this thought was saying something different. Well, this box is so damaged that no one is even going to buy the box. What is the store even going to do with a broken box? You're not even stealing, really. Like, the box and 99% of the Lego set is still inside. You would just take that one clear bag with the Lego characters inside, and the rest of the 800 pieces will still be inside that box. You can just take the Lego person inside the small bag. It's one plastic Lego person. How bad could it be? Hamza's thought process was interrupted by his mom. He could hear his mom calling his name from the other aisle. Hamza! Hamza! Where did you walk off to? Come on, sweetheart, let's go. Let's go quickly. Without entirely thinking it through, Hamza opened up the Lego box. He plucked out the smallest bag that had the Lego characters and shoved it inside his pocket. Hamza's inner voice reappeared. Why, Hamza, why did you take that bag? Hamza's argument voice answered. Well, you didn't want your mom seeing the beat-up Lego box and thinking that you purposely opened it, right? So this was the only way, I think. Hamza caught up to his mom and avoided eye contact with her. He shifted his weight from one foot to the other as they stood in line at the checkout line. Hamza helped unload the cart's items onto the checkout belt. He watched as the items were pulled to the cashier. The cashier rang each item and dropped it in the plastic bag. Hamza's inner voice spoke up again. Okay, just take it out of your pocket and throw it onto the checkout belt. The cashier can deal with this missing Lego bag. Just don't take it home. Don't leave the store with that Lego bag in your pocket. Another inner voice countered that idea in Hamza's head. Oh. And what happens when the cashier realizes that there is no barcode to scan for this bag? What are you supposed to do then? Just announce to the store that you took a Lego bag out of its box? Huh, yeah, right. Just worry about the bag later. Let's just get out of this store first. Hamza's mom spoke up. Sweetheart, can you double check and see if we left anything else in the cart? Down and checked at the bottom of the cart. While he was crouched, he considered just yanking the Lego bag out of his pocket and tossing it somewhere on the floor. Maybe another grocery store employee would find it later. But before he could decide, Mama interrupted. Hamza, come on, let's go. I think we've got everything. Come on, we gotta get home before Maghrib time. The entire ride home, Hamza sat so still. He feared moving would result in a crinkly loud noise from his pocket. He was so aware of the bag in his pocket. It was as if a bag of heavy rocks was weighing him down and pinning him to his seat. Hamza was so uncomfortable. His mouth was feeling dry. His palms were getting sweaty. And worst of all, he felt so uneasy in his own skin. His eyes kept darting back and forth from his mom to his own pockets. He just wanted to get home and be in his room. I'm so doomed. This is going to be the worst day ever. I'll never ever get another toy again. No one will ever trust me after this. Hamza's thoughts were so loud in his head. He leaned his head against the window and closed his eyes shut. The car slowed down and came to a stop. As soon as Mama parked the car in the driveway, Hamza flung the car door open. He jumped out of the car and ran to the front door, and once he entered the house, Hamza zoomed straight towards his bedroom door. He turned into the hallway to get to his bedroom, but bumped into his older sister. Ouch, Hamza! Why are you in such a rush? Do you have to pee? Do you have to poop? Are you having an emergency? Well, whatever it is, just don't stink up the bathroom like you always do with your super smelly gas. Hamza's sister playfully teased. She was blocking Hamza's way. Move, Hanya, shouted Hamza. He ran past his sister and into his room. He went straight into the bathroom from his room and splashed water into his face. The cool water ran down his face as he thought about everything that just happened. Hamza turned the water off and stared at himself in the mirror. He looked at his reflection and yanked the bag out of his pocket and stared at this Lego bag. Hamza felt no excitement, no happiness, no eagerness to play with these new pieces. Normally, looking at new Lego pieces would bring him so much joy and excitement, but in this moment, Hamza was feeling overwhelmed with frustration. Hamza started to cry. He felt scared and worried. This is not what he had meant to do. Hamza, you ran out of the car like it was some sort of emergency. Hanya said you might have diarrhea. She saw you run inside towards the bathroom. Are you feeling okay? Hamza turned around to see his mother's worried face. He inched closer and said, Mom, something happened. I'm really embarrassed and scared to tell you. Huh? What? What happened? Did you have a bathroom accident? Hamza's mom cautiously asked as she stared at Hamza's pants suspiciously. No, Mama, I don't have diarrhea. I don't even know why Hanya even told you that. She always assumes that for some reason with me, Hamza said, rolling his eyes at his silly sister. Okay, Mama, I want to tell you something, but I'm afraid you're going to be so mad at me. Okay, I promise I won't say anything. I'll just listen and nod. Okay, this is a good heads up. Thank you for that. You can share however you feel and you can tell me whatever happened. I'm all ears, okay? Mama said reassuringly. She stared at Hamza, waiting for him to continue. I took this from the Lego box at the store. Hamza showed his mom the Lego bag that was clenched in his fist behind his back. He didn't want to look at his mom in the face. He handed her the Lego bag and began to cry again. I feel so bad. I didn't even mean to steal, Hamza said painfully, hating the fact that he even had to use the word steal when describing something he did. Hamza sniffled quietly and continued to explain. This kid damaged a Lego box, and I went to look at the box, and I saw the plastic bag with the Lego person in it, and I kept thinking, oh, well, no one's gonna buy this raggedy box anyways, and then I kept arguing with myself in my head about what to do about the box, and honestly, before I even really thought about it, I just shoved the bag in my pocket, and you called me, and then here I am now. Hamza's mom kept quiet. The silence was so hard to sit in for Hamza. He looked at his mom and she finally spoke while hugging her son gently. Aw, Hamza, I am not mad at you. I'm actually very proud of you. Alhamdulillah, you were able to come and have this conversation with me. Hey, at least you didn't act like it was no big deal and shove it in your backpack, take it to school, and pretend like nothing happened. You're facing the hard truth. You're facing your mistake. Yes, Mama, and that's what's so hard. I feel terrible. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Well, the good news is that terrible feeling that you're feeling means that you have an alive heart and that you want to make it right. So, since it is in our house and we didn't pay for it, what do you think we should do next, Hamza? Well, we have to give it back to the store because I took something from there that wasn't mine. We didn't pay for this. I feel so bad, Mama. Hamza said instinctively. Hamza was still avoiding looking at his mom in the face. A part of him just wanted to disappear and not even face the situation. Hamza's mom could tell that he was feeling really small about himself. Yep, sweetie, that is definitely something we'll have to do. We will be going back to return it. But, Hamza, I know you keep saying that you feel bad, but, you aren't bad. Everyone makes mistakes. The Prophet ﷺ has said that Allah himself has said, O son of Adam, so long as you call upon me and you ask of me, I shall forgive you for what you have done, and I shall not mind. And when Allah forgives you, it's like it never even happened. Totally erased,
like
Hamza.
Deleted forever?
Asked Hamza. Yep, deleted forever. No trace of it. So come on, let's go to the store. We will make this right and we'll do it together. With that, Hamza was finally at peace and he was feeling comfortable because he knew this was the right step forward. Hamza hugged his mom tight and looked up at her and asked, So, Mama, you don't think I'm bad? Hamza's mom smiled. Of course not. When I was your age, I took something too that wasn't mine. I'll tell you about it, and I'll tell you how I corrected that situation. Hamza followed his mom back into the car, where they drove off to the store together. Hamza's inner voice let out a breath of relief. Alhamdulillah. Hamza wondered, do other kids have inner voices and thoughts like these too? Do you? This is the end of season 2. I will be back after Ramadan with more stories and more Muslim kid characters for you all. But in the meantime, please continue to spread the word about this podcast with family and friends. If you'd like to get in contact with me, feel free to email me at info@mrshashmi.com. Feel free to share any questions, comments, or feedback. Jazakallah khair, everyone. I truly appreciate your time and support.